This is Florida Natural Farming, Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. So I'm going to talk about bioactive compounds in Garcinia trees, 4 of which we grow in fruit here. So we started this farm for Garcinia humilis, the achachiro trees. So we have, I don't know, we have a lot of trees, all different sizes of that, but we have one that fruits here and has fruited 2 years in a row. And they contain a bioactive compound known as Guttiferones that are used for by pharmaceutical companies and research because they combat cancer. They're cytotoxic to cancer cells. So we have 4 different trees that fruit that I know contain Guttiferones. They're like phytochemicals. They're just atoms that are being identified for where they find them. They find them in mitochondrial cells. Mitochondria cells. So this is the Garcinia humilis, the achachiro. And this tree's been fruiting for us for 2 years. And I've had this tree for a long time. 8 or so years, more than 8 years. And it's fruited for the last 2. It probably gets a little water when I water around the house, because I do bring a hose around the house where the sunroom is when it's times of drought. So it gets water from that, but only when it's drought time, probably. And I don't put a hose with it, but that's the only watering we do here. Everything else is dry farmed. So we have Garcinia macrophylla, which has the bark of which has been shown to contain Guttiferones. I guess the fruit changes the amount of Guttiferones when it's green to ripeness. I'm not sure exactly which way. I think more when it's green, but I'm not sure. Could be more when it's ripe. I didn't check and I don't remember. It's looking good here. It's kind of crisp this morning, about, I don't know, it's got to be like 60, low 60s, which is cold for here. There's that big guanacaste tree, state tree of Costa Rica. Giant pea. So we have a few Garcinia intermedias that fruit. I think maybe Garcinia intermedia and Braziliensis and Gardneriana might be all different strains or different embodiments of the same species, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked that much into it. But I mean, they all kind of seem the same, just different shapes, different sizes. This is the intermedia for sure. It has a lot of fruit. It kind of produces fruit year-round here in Florida. So these trees in Florida, they don't seem to get affected by hurricanes. This damage at the top is from this branch that was blowing, so I just need to cut that branch to keep it from like knocking into that part of the tree there. But this thing produces fruit all the time, and it's got little fruitlets on it right now. I'm not gonna go in there, but they're there. I saw them. Got new growth on it. It's a nice tree. So this one contains Guttiferones also. The intermedia, the Garcinia intermedia. So all these phytochemical companies look for natural sources of Guttiferones. I'm so glad we've been Demeter certified for so many years, and our farming ways are well documented. So it's going to pay off in the end. I think that's the future of nutrition and health, as they identify these bioactive compounds in Garcinias and other tropical fruit trees that we grow here. It's just, the potential is almost limitless for this property. I gotta make some tea. Haven't been making tea for a couple days. I'm going over to our, these are syzygium trees, wax apples. It's not my favorite fruit. These trees only produced a couple fruit this year after the freeze, but the freeze didn't seem to affect them. This one's looking a little haggard, but I think it's mostly from the Hurricane Ian that came through here still. So I have different MB trees planted through here. This one, I'm not even sure what it is. I don't even think it flowers. It's just there. It's a pretty tree. They're very sculptural. I love them. They're like Christmas trees with cool leaves on them. And I guess their bark contains the Guttiferones also. This is a Garcinia livingstonei. I guess seemed to have the most that I found. The African mangosteen, the MB tree. It's been kind of my favorite fruit. So when I crave, when I don't have it, it's well documented. That's kind of what I've been saying in previous videos. I've been consistent with it, and I don't know. There's something to it. People buy it too. So this is our big fruiting tree. Produced $1,000 in fruit this year. This little tiny tree. People want the fruit. Every branch gets covered in these orange berries. It's quite yummy looking, and they're delicious. And I guess they're full of anti-cancer bioactive compounds that work well in our cells. Anyway, this is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I hope you have a beautiful day.